high heel blue boots on?
I'm not doing the
She
heavy
wants her
duty
family
work.
after money.
I'm
Because she ain't
holding,
getting on the ground with you, buddy.
I'm holding the phone.
Well, y'all, I called my girl over.
Check her out.
She's supposed to be helping a sister out.
I can point to
got
the
my
fog
tool.
light.
My mom said she ain't come to do no work.
You be coming.
Got her shades on. My partner ain't come to do no work. That's what my mom said.
Hey, man. Y'all on tape.
Stop it.
Y'all on tape. I can't believe this.
She's saying her butt hurt and my knees hurt. I told her we too old.
You know what? I know one thing, you're going to get 1 million viewers.
What?
You're going to get 1 million viewers. Both of them.
You showing our butts, that's why.
Y'all going viral. That's all I can say. Whatever you're trying to do, you got the patience of Job. And that lady down there with them boots on, with the high, the lady with the high heel boots on, I don't know who she is. But she's a gallant soul. She's a gallant soul, and she is a friend. That's all you need to know. She's a friend. Anytime you come around the corner with some blue suede boots on, red hair, you are a friend. A friend in need is a friend indeed, because Bissy need a friend.
She
I don't
gonna,
know what
she gonna run out of them real soon.
Yeah, well, I think you about to last.
Last friend standing.
Oh, okay. Since Bissy's always taping, I'm taping her now. Oh, go ahead, Robin.
You can use some of your mom's.
Hey, Robin, you still got your boots on?
Of course. I never take my high heels off.
I called Tyra Banks. She's on her way. I called Tyra. She's on her way. I said, this is something you got to see.
My God.
My daughter got a next top model on her knees. Next top model on her knees under a car. And I know for a fact that she is a modest, classy lady. She don't do this kind of bull. This really is not Robin. This really is not Robin. But Christine got her on her knees with blue suede boots on. And she can't help herself because she like Bissy. So she's trying to help her. But I forget, I don't even know what Bissy's trying to do. Put some fog lights on. She don't even drive at night. Why she worrying about fog lights is beyond. Is beyond. Why she's worrying about fog lights is beyond me. Because she don't even drive at night. And do very little driving in the daytime. But she got Tyra's next top model on her knees. Lord Jesus, come by here and help the next top model that's going on Tyra Banks' show. And she's out here with high heel boots on, red hair, and sunglasses. And she ain't about to be fixing no damn car. Hey, Bissy, this is on tape. Over and out.
Mom said she does very little driving.
Hey y'all, we're out here today, and as I showed you my assistant for today. But we're out here doing something we don't know too much about, but we're gonna try it anyway. We're gonna try to fix my fog lights, because I don't know if y'all know it or not, but some states you cannot pass your inspection without getting the fog lights fixed or taken out. Let's go. All right, so first of all, we're gonna deal with safety. And we're gonna go in. We'll take this socket wrench and we're gonna find the bit. I don't know what it's called, a bit. This happens to be 11 millimeter. That will fit this screw. Most screws on the vehicles are 10 millimeters. All right, I think I better take this off, because it's not working out too good. The cover. And you want to put this on the side so it doesn't touch any metal. So that's pretty good. It's on the side of the plastic. Okay, y'all, so what I did next is I went under the car and I unscrewed the screws that keeps this bottom on right here. And it's about 3 or 4 screws. They're basically at the front of the car, but one's in the middle. Okay, so I'm taking my putty knife and I'm going to go under the cover and pull it out as much as I can. I'm not going to take the cover completely off, just enough so I can see underneath. Oh my God, I hope this is not a spider, because this job will be done. So we can come out. Can we come out a little bit and show that that's down? So as you can see, the cover is down enough so that I can put my arm up there and retrieve the light bulb. Okay, so I have reached my arm up and twisted the light bulb out of the socket. I loosened the bulb, and that shows me that this part is burnt out. This is the part that need to be changed. So I purchased a Tech Smart part, and the serial number is F90009. And you need to be careful picking your part, because there's another part that looks just like it out there. I know, because I got the wrong part. But this is the special part. As you can see, look at it. The white is on the end and the black's on the other end. This is the part that you should have. Okay, so here are the tools I'm going to use: a ratchet, putty knife, wire cutter, grippers, and then I have my part. And of course I have a nice size mirror so I can see underneath the part. Okay, so here you can see that I have cut the wire away from the light, and be sure to cut it close to the light part so that your wire is long enough you don't have to go under your car too much. Okay, so I guess that the blue shrink butts are basically average for the wires used. So that's the one I chose to use, the blue ones. I put both wires through one side of the butt, and I crimped that side of the butt, only that side, because the other side has to be crimped individually after I put the new piece on the other side of the crimp butt. Okay, so now I'm gonna crimp the other side of the butt because I'm putting that new piece on. And you squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, and pray that it connects to the butt. Took me a couple times to get it to connect, but once you get it, you got it. Now both sides of the butt is crimped, and then I'm going to have a little tug to make sure my wires are in there tightly for each butt. Protects your wires from the moisture, you know, from the weather.
Do I have it?
Okay, and here's my fog light. And as with all lights, do not touch this black part of the light, especially with your hands. Oil would destroy the light. And I'm going to fit it on my new piece. Now the light bulb should snap right into place. There's a little notch that locks it into place. If it doesn't lock into place, you have either the wrong light bulb or you have the wrong piece. It's good to see if your light bulb will fit your piece.
Okay.
Actually take it with you before you can do any of this.
There it is. There's another. It's on. Is it? Yeah.
You burn this blue thing. See it sealing?
Oh, wow.
Seals around it. Okay, so after heating up the heat butts, I think I'm going to use another little safeguard, which is electrical tape around the heat butts. That should really secure it. This job is done. We can go celebrate.
What part are you putting it on?
I'm going to put this on the other wire.
On the blue part?
Okay. Since I know you all couldn't really see what I was doing clearly underneath that car, I've decided to demonstrate a little closer as to what I actually did. I ordered these online. It's a 200 piece. They call it electric pack, shrink butt connectors, crimp terminals. And when you open it, you have three different, you have pink, blue, and yellow. And each color represents the wire gauge, the thickness of the wire. So this pink one, it reads that it will fit 23 to 16 AWG, 22 to 16 gauge wire. This is the smallest one that comes in this pack. And how you can tell the gauge of it is you can look at the gauge, or you can see the gauge if you ever purchase some wire. So that says 14 gauge. That's a little thicker wire. This blue, as you can see, they gave you three different parts, so this must be the most common gauge wire used in cars. And this gauge, this blue terminal, fits 16 to 14 gauge wires. It's a little bigger than the pink one. I don't know if you can see this, but that hole is a little bigger than the pink one. And then the yellow, it reads 12 to 10 gauge. And the yellow is even bigger. It's an even bigger, wider, rounder wire. And it appears to me that the lower the gauge, this is the lowest, yellow. The lower the gauge number, the bigger the wire. Don't ask me why. So I'm going to pick this one because this is the most common one used in cars. That's why they gave us 3 parts of it. If I find it doesn't fit, then I'll just change. Before I do any crimping of this little metal piece in here, I'll make sure the wire fits. Each wire fits in the butt connector. So now we're gonna pretend here. We're gonna pretend like this. I made it specifically for you because I wanted to show you exactly what I was doing. We're gonna pretend like this is coming from the car, and this is the burnout piece that's making the light bulb not come on. This is the burnout piece after I pulled the bulb out of it from the car. So what I want to do is take my wire cutters coming from the car, and I want to cut the wire closer to the piece that's burnt out. Remember, we're under the car at this point. Just took out the bulb. And I'm cutting the damaged piece away from the wire hanging out of the car. And you're gonna have 2 wires. More than likely they'll be white and black. It really doesn't matter what color the wires are, because I don't believe it matters how you put them on. As you'll see, I matched up my wires wrong, but the light still works. All right, so this is coming out of the car. This is the new piece. The new piece is gonna have a connector as if I'm gonna put it to the car, connect it to the car. And this is the piece where the bulb fits on. Now this piece I'm not going to use because I have to stick my hand too far up in the car to connect this to where it should be. So what I'm going to do is splice into this piece in order to connect it to the piece that's hanging from the car. So the piece that goes on the bulb stays. Then I'm going to go real close to the piece that I supposed to connect to the car, but I'm not going to connect it to the car. And of course, you know, I made these little things, so I think I can take these off now, okay? All right. So now I've spliced the new piece and the piece coming from the car, hanging out the car. Then I want to strip each wire. So now I'm gonna get my, if you don't have these, which are wire strippers, and they go by it goes by the gauge too. It has numbers on it, tell you the gauge of the wire, or wire cutters most times have a little wire stripper right in the middle. So if you don't have this tool, you can use this tool, but you have to just be careful when you use this tool that you don't come down on the wire too rough. But because I know I have 14 gauge wire here, I'm going to go to the 14 on here, and I'm gonna strip. And then your wire, your new piece looks like this. Should end up looking like this. And then I'll do the same thing to the piece hanging from the car. So this is the piece coming from the car. Now I need to put them together. All right, so now I'm gonna take my 14 gauge blue connector and I put it on the car first. Twist that just a little bit. Wire coming from the car. Twist it just a little bit, tighten it up. There's something in this connector that stops the wire from going all the way through. So as I put it in, it won't go any further. So at that point, I'm gonna grab my crimp tool and I'm gonna crimp that side of the wire. Pressing it together as much as I can. And now I'm gonna test it. Seems pretty stable. Do the same for the other wire coming out of the car. Crimping it on one side of this tube, not the whole tube, because I still have to put my new piece on. Tugging it a little. Now here's the new piece. My little gadget is coming apart. But I hope you can get the idea. Here's the new piece. And I'm gonna turn these wires just a little. You don't have to turn them a lot. And then put this new piece on. And I'm gonna crimp that side to the new piece. Tug it a little bit. All right, pretend like this is on here. And this is the new piece, the other wire. Both sides of the butt connectors are kind of open. And at this point, that's why you have to get a lighter. Don't do this if you smell gas under your car, or you have leakage or something under your car. Do not do this, because you might end up in the hospital. And we don't want that. You might want to strip it back, not even a ½ inch, maybe a 1/4, so that it is less wire exposed. You want less wire. And you go get yourself a lighter. And this is what I was doing under the car. It was so windy. Could barely do it. You just want to heat it up. And I don't know if you can see it, but it's shrinking around. It's shrinking. And we'll go to the other side. And that should be good enough. And as you can see, the wires are now protected from the air, moisture, and everything else. Bugs. And then what I did afterward is I double protected it with electrical tape. That's just the part I decided to do. All right, And I hope this, and remember, this is from the car, and this is where the new bulb will go. And I hope this was helpful, because I know it was hard to see exactly what I was doing underneath the car. And I love to show details. There you have it. Voila. Okay, so I'm pushing the cover back into place underneath the car. Whoa!
It's on.
I think I've got it. I think we did it. Alright, it's looking good. Last step. Don't forget, put your screws back underneath this car to keep that bottom cover on. Otherwise, your car will be making a lot of noise. Unnecessary noise. So put the screws back, put the cover back in place, and you should be okay. You see anything else? You can't see. Is that what bolt right there? Yes. That's all the other things that you can. Okay, Robin, we did it!
Yay!